Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20. I've had several requests to make a Let's Play, so I figured I'd give it a shot. One thing I've noticed with Let's Plays is a lot of people tend to just kind of videotape themselves start to finish. I'm not sure if that's what everybody likes to see, but when I watched a few Let's Plays like that, I felt it was kind of boring. So I'm going to try a little something different here, with my first video at least, and I'll kind of get feedback from you guys, from your comments once I post the video. I'm going to try and just showcase certain parts of the mod. I don't think you guys want to watch me mining for half an hour straight, trying to get resources and whatnot. So what you should probably get out of this Let's Play video is the fact that I've got 3 mods installed, and I do have TMI installed here, but this is only just for my testing purposes with the fact that I have all these mods combined. But I've got several things going on here. I've got the wireless redstone mod, I've got the red power mod, and red logic redstone lights. I've got the equivalent exchange mod installed, I've got the BuildCraft mod installed, and I've got the Industrial Craft 2 version 1.0 installed. So I've also got Portal Gun, and maybe 1 or 2 other little mods here. So let's see, yeah, there's Portal Gun, these are parts of BuildCraft, more parts of the red power and red logic mod recipe book. More parts of equivalent exchange are shown there, and a couple more pieces of industrial craft. So I think that covers all the main mods that I've got installed here. I'm now going to disable TMI, and I won't be using it ever again, except just to show what's here, and unless I run into a bug or something, but otherwise I plan not to use TMI and to play the game legit. So with that said, I'm going to get started in my world here. I might start off just a little bit, chopping down some trees, and you guys can get a feel for how my world looks. Like I said, I'm probably going to start off by just, getting some basics, turning off the recording, getting myself situated, turn it back on, show you guys somewhat of where I've gotten to and where I'm at in the game. And then just as I progress, show you guys chunks here and there. So once I finish up with this tree here, I'm going to start exploring my world a little bit. I'd like to find a good place to hunker down for the night. I'm also hoping to find a good spot of rubber trees, which are part of Industrial Craft 2. It's a new way to get rubber. Anyone who's familiar with the original Industrial Craft knows that you used to be able to just grab any wood and extract rubber from it. Now there's a specific type of tree. Good amount of trees here, but no rubber trees as far as I can see yet. Oh, there's some coal, that's nice. I've also got convenient inventory installed. Makes things nice and convenient. So at this point, I'm going to turn off the video recorder. I'll bring it back once I find a good spot to call home. Real quick, want to show you guys, I just found a rubber tree here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do with these. Like I said, they're brand new, so I'm just going to chop them down and see what happens. Okay, got some rubber wood. I'm not sure what that's all about, but hopefully rubber tree sapling. Well guys, there's good news and bad news since I was last recording here. The good news is I think I found a nice place that I'm going to hunker down and live in. Bad news is a creeper happened to find me somehow. I have no idea where he came from and killed me. And I don't know where I was when I died, of course. So, kind of restart again, and it looks like it's just getting to be dark, so I'm going to start digging out a bit of a cave here to live in. Let's get some wood going on. torches. You can see convenient inventory is a very convenient mod. Just dig myself a little entrance here real quick. So I've made myself a little home here. It's not much, but it's a room. And we'll kind of sleep our way through the night. Make sure we set our home point. The first thing I'm going to do is get to some mining, because one thing about industrial craft is you're going to need a lot of ore. So I'm definitely going to want to build a chest to store all my junk. Probably relocate this guy. Okay, just dug out a little treasure chest room here to store my junk in for now. Don't need this stuff for the most part. Hang on to a few pieces of wood. I probably want to... Okay. So the next thing I usually do once I've built a house to live in, usually it's a house that's, you know, part of an existing cave. Much easier to build and don't have to spend resources building an actual house outside. Much faster too. I usually do like to move out of that house eventually into like an actual house that I build. But for now, that'll suffice. What I want to do now is find another rubber wood tree. Unfortunately, I lost the stuff I got earlier from it. Tell me I lucked out and found one right here. Oh, I believe I did. Can't ask for much better than that. Okay, heading back towards my house. I'm gonna plant these rubber tree saplings. Giving them plenty of room to grow, because I don't know what their growth mechanics are. Extra right there. Did happen to find pumpkins, by the way, right outside my house. That was kind of nice. It's kind of the reason I decided to build here. I figured, hey, pumpkins, that's lucky. Well, my first excavation into mining has been a success. I ran into coal about 2 inches into my room here. Usually the way I like to build out a room is just a small little entranceway that leads out to my mine shaft. Okay, dropped off some more inventory that I had there, kind of cleared myself out, ready to mine. Built out a little mining room here. I'm actually going to grab a door that I have and stick that here. I usually like to door off my mining area, just in case. Plus, you know, it's kind of neat. And like I said, I'm not going to make you guys watch me mine, so I'm going to just start mining down here a little bit, make my way a good ways down and see what I encounter. If I get anything interesting, I'll start recording again. Otherwise, I'm just going to be digging down. Wanted you guys to see, I just found a little chunk of uranium here. This is a new ore that comes with industrial craft. It's used in nuclear reactors, nuclear bombs, and a couple other recipes, I'm sure. But unfortunately, I can't mine it with my wimpy stone pickaxe, so I had to dig around it. back down. Okay, another new ore. Looks like copper to me. Indeed it is. Copper ore, those familiar with industrial craft are probably familiar with copper. Used in a lot of things, specifically wires. Just going to dig out this vein, make sure I didn't miss any. Right, not a bad bit of copper there. And my first iron spotting. Hooray! And I don't know how many people are aware of this, but ores tend to spawn together. So as you can see, I mined out around the iron, and I mined 1 or 2 blocks of stone near where the iron ended, and I found tin. Again, another new ore from industrial craft. Tin ore. Remember what I just said about ore spawning near each other? Dug out the tin and found copper. Now granted, this mod adds some ores, and the ores that they add don't replace any ores, so it's not like this would have been iron. So you're gonna, of course, have more ore underground than you would without just vanilla mods. First thing I'm going to do, lay down my chest here and build myself a quick little furnace. Throw this guy in there and smelt some iron. And while that's smelting, I'm going to go ahead and continue heading downwards. Just digging around, found some more tin. Right behind the tin was some iron. You can see I've got 5 of it down in my inventory there, and then behind the iron was coal. So once again, featuring the fact that ores and that kind of stuff all kind of seem to spawn in chunks together. So where you find one, you're likely to find another. And again, this isn't specific to industrial craft or BuildCraft or any of these mods that I've installed that's affecting the spawning of ores. Granted, it's adding more ores to the game, but you'll find this in just vanilla Minecraft. That if you find some iron, I would dig behind it, because you might find some coal or some diamond or who knows what. Of course, if you're at the right level. And right about now, my iron should be done smelting up there. So I'm just gonna dig around this ore real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. Smelt another stack of iron and build myself a couple iron pickaxes. Now, of course, iron is not super common for me just yet, so I'm not going to use them a lot, but I do want to clear out. You can see that uranium drops these nice little nuggets of uranium here. They usually spawn only in 1 or 2 chunks, at least that's the way it was in the original Industrial Craft. I'm not sure if that's changed in IC2. But I'm going to head back down and continue mining straight down for the most part in this little stairwell pattern here. And I will return once I've found something else worth showing you. My first sighting of redstone. I'm not going to make you guys watch me mine redstone because it takes forever today, but just wanted you to see that I found some. And just as I stopped that recording, I hit bedrock. So what I like to do is find the highest piece of bedrock in an area, so that seems like right about here. call this level 4. If you look at the y-axis, you see I'm actually on level 6. The reason for that, I've noticed, I'm not sure why, is that, you know, whatever level you're really at is added by 2. So I like to go up to what's really level 11, but in Minecraft it's listed as level 13 on the y-axis. And that's pretty much where you've got a good place to start mining at. So I'm going to go a little bit out from this direction, a little bit out to this direction here. I filled this area in a minute ago. I had found some ore in here. Just so I know where my mining area likes to start. Like I said, this is listed as Y level 13, but it's really level 11. That's the best place to start mining at, in my opinion, because you're gonna find diamonds at that level, but level 10 is really where your lava pools start, so very unlikely chance for me to mine into lava at this level. So by mining forward here, I usually go on and on and on, and I don't hit a wall of lava that starts seeping into my mining tunnels. But at the same time, there is the chance to find diamonds and other goodies like that, so there's nothing you won't find. So I'm actually just gonna seal this up a little bit, so I'm gonna build them now real quick. So, not a bad haul, as you can see. Good amount of tin, copper, a little bit of uranium, some redstone, and some iron. Good amount of coal, too. And from this point, I could head back up to my main base and drop off some of the goodies that I got, but instead, I'm going to start mining. I'm probably just going to head a direction here and branch out from there. So let me start mining, and I'll come back if I find anything worth noting. And I found something worth noting. As soon as I mined about 5 or 6 blocks in this direction, I found a perfect example of why I mine at this level. As you can see, I'm still at level 13 on the y-axis, but I've got a lava pool right in front of me. So I did not run into it, you know, digging through, but of course, level 10, the level right below me, there's a lava pool. So I'm going to keep digging through here, pick up some of this redstone, and proceed. But this is a perfect example of why I mine at level 13. A good chance to find diamonds, and a very small chance to run into lava as you're digging. It'll be always somewhere below you. So be careful where you step, but don't worry about lava flooding into your mining cave from in front of you. So as you can see, I mined a pretty deep tunnel here, and I'm heading out of it now. Back passing by the lava I found, and I found a good amount of iron, some more tin, a good amount more coal and redstone. I'm just going to bring all my goodies back up to my main base, and once I get up there I'm going to start building some machines from BuildCraft. So I'll switch the video back on when I'm ready to show you that. Next thing I want to show you guys that I just added onto my house here is a few more treasure chests, and I like to separate my, inventory stuff. Keep all building supplies together, because of course you're going to get a ton of cobblestone. This chest I haven't labeled yet, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it later. Rare stuff, kind of keep coal, redstone, iron. I threw the sticky resin I found in there because I'm not sure what it's used for, or how rare it's going to be. And the miscellaneous junk, stuff like seeds, saplings, wool, gravel, junk that I don't really need. That just kind of all accumulates in there. I'm also going to build a room to put my furnaces, and from there I'm probably going to build a machine room. So let me get working on that, and I'll be back to show you guys how it looks in a few minutes. Building out this area here, I want to show you guys a neat trick. I think most people know this one, but if you place a torch underneath gravel, it auto mines it like that. This has nothing to do with any mods. This is vanilla Minecraft functionality. And oh look, I found some coal back there. But nice way to clear out large sets of gravel that you don't want to have to deal with. Putting the finishing touches on my machine room here. I don't like the way that looks. Much better. So this is going to be my industrial craft machine room. Obviously right now I've just got the furnaces cooking. I've got some coal, burning up some tin, iron, and copper for me. And that's eventually going to be mashed together into some machines. Typically, the first machines I like to build are generators, which will generate electricity using coal, macerators, which will break up ore into dusts. And actually, I think I'm going to hold off on making too much of these because I want to try and macerate some of this stuff. I'm just going to build about 8 or so of each. And I'll see how much more I need. So one of the first things I'm going to try and do is make a couple of tree taps. Tree taps are a item created like this. Looks like they're not stackable. And you use them on your rubber trees. So it looks like a couple have grown out here that I planted earlier. And remember that funky little orange thing here? If you right click a tree tap on there, it pops resin out. So looks like I got 2 resin out of that. Okay, cool. Resin can be cooked, I believe, into rubber. While that's cooking, I'm going to make some wire. So right now you can see that's uninsulated copper wire. I'll make another little bit of that. And I've got my rubber here. If I combine one piece of wire with one piece of rubber, I get copper wire. Oh, looks like the recipe for the rechargeable battery has changed. So let's see, will uninsulated copper wire work? No. So you definitely have to use a copper cable here to get a rechargeable battery. I'm actually going to build one more of those. Oops. You can see that they stack when they're not charged, but I'm going to charge one in a few minutes with a generator here, which is built like so. First, I need to turn this iron into, I forget what it's called. If you smelt iron ingots, you get refined iron. So I'm going to let that smelt for a minute and not make you guys stare at this progress bar. Okay, stepped outside and did a little bit of resin farming on those trees, and you can see I got about 16 more of them. Found out I'm going to need a bit more of that. I'm going to cook up some more iron here. I've got my refined iron. Actually, I don't want to cook all my iron, I don't think yet. And let's get a couple resin cooking. Okay guys, I decided I want a couple more rechargeable batteries here. The next thing I'm going to build is a generator. And to do this, we have to take our refined iron, make a box like that, and this is a machine block. Machine blocks are used to kind of build a bunch of different machines. I'm next going to build a basic furnace. And if we combine a furnace, a machine block, and a rechargeable battery, we've got a generator. So let's see how a generator works. Stick that guy down, put some coal in him, and he's generating electricity. And to be honest with you, I don't really remember. This looks like a new feature of the generator. It used to be that you could put rechargeable batteries in here, but let's see. entirely sure what's happening here. While that's cooking, I'm gonna go grab a chest. It also used to be that rechargeable batteries would be dumped into a chest. It might be that generators now store a small charge and then start charging up the rechargeable batteries. Let's see what happens in a moment here once this thing finishes up. While that's going, I'm going to build myself a macerator. The first piece to a macerator I need is an electronic circuit, which is built like so. Electronic circuit. And then the macerator, I need some flint, it looks like. Again, they changed the recipe a little bit here, so I need to cook up a few more iron ingots. Let's see what this guy's doing. Okay. Oh, there we go. One rechargeable battery at a time. You can see it started to charge that guy up. Can I put a second in there? No, only one at a time. So you can see it quickly drained the energy that was stored in the generator, and now the coal is feeding energy into the rechargeable battery. Okay. I'm going to grab some of the refined iron I have here. I do need another machine. Like I said, machines are a big part of industrial craft. Placed an electronic circuit, cobblestone on either side, and flint across the top. Macerator. Wonderful little tool. I'm gonna stick that guy right there. Now, macerators require electricity. So once this rechargeable battery is full, looks like it is because it's starting to charge this guy here now. I'm gonna drop another one in there, and I'm gonna power the macerator, and I'm gonna stick my iron ore in, for example. You can see it quickly drained power out of the battery and is now charging the macerator, which is macerating my iron ore. The iron ore is broken up into 2 dusts each, which is great, and iron dust can now be thrown in a smelter, and iron dust will be changed 1 for 1 into iron ingots. So basically, by building a macerator, I've now doubled my income from mining. Every block that I mine, every iron ore, I get 2 iron ingots. Every copper ore, I'll get 2 copper ingots. But as you can see, it's quickly draining from my battery here. But this battery is being charged. So I'm going to let that cook for a little bit, and I'll be back in a moment. So I've got now 10 iron dust from the remaining 5 iron ore that was in there. And the nice thing about macerators is, and all electrical machines, is once they're done processing what they're processing, there's no energy waste. For example, in a furnace, I can drop 1 piece of coal in and 1 piece of tin, and it's going to use that entire piece of coal to cook that tin into a piece of tin ore, even though it could have done 8 pieces of tin with 1 piece of coal. So I pretty much wasted a piece of coal right there. However, with electricity, there is no waste. Which brings me on to one of the next items I want to make. While this is cooking, I'm going to throw my iron dust in. I'm going to go ahead and build another furnace. But if I place some iron around the furnace like so, I get an iron furnace. Iron furnaces are more efficient than regular furnaces, and they cook a little faster. 25% faster, I believe, and you get 25% more ingots per fuel, so instead of 8 you get 10. However, I prefer the electric furnace because there's almost no waste at all. Now again, I'm going to need to build a electronic electric circuit, stick that above my iron furnace, and surround it with redstone for an electric furnace. Electric furnaces are a little bit faster than a standard furnace, but slower than an iron furnace. However, they use batteries as a fuel source. So my rechargeable battery here, stick that in. Let's see how my macerator is doing. Looks like this rechargeable battery is getting a little bit low. I'm going to take out the tin that I've been macerating and stick it in the electrical furnace for you. You can see it's a little bit quicker, and it's using the rechargeable battery, which, like I said before, there's no waste on. Now you might be saying to yourself right now, why am I wasting my time with these batteries and all this other stuff? Isn't it easier just to use coal? At this stage in industrial craft, that's probably true. It is a little bit faster to use coal. As you can see, my rechargeable battery just ran out here, so now the charge in the macerator is dropping, and it's probably going to get about halfway through this ore block before it runs out of juice. Out of power. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the rechargeable battery that I charged earlier back in there, and now it's macerating once again. And fuel that guy up. So as you can see, rechargeable battery, electric furnace a little bit faster, and again, no waste. Later on, I'm going to have some more generators generating electricity for me, and I won't have to deal with these batteries. I'll show you guys that later on in industrial craft. For now, I'm going to wrap up with this first episode, and I will catch you guys later. Stay tuned for part 2.